What's going on, New York Yankees fans? AGP back again from the Big Blue in the Bronx YouTube channel. Hope everybody's doing well. Thanks to you guys, Giant fans, Yankee fans, whoever you are. Thanks to you guys, we are growing as fast as possible, faster than I expected. We are at 173 subscribers, 27 away from 200, and that is a milestone, obviously, here on YouTube. So in this video, we're going to be recapping the Yankees series against the Rays the last 3 days. And we're going to go Game 1, Game 2, Game 3. Keep in mind, I did not watch Game 2. I'm going off of Game Day and what I heard from other people and obviously guys in the media like Unhinged Yankees and stuff like that. So I'm probably going to rewatch the game later or either just watch a highlight reel and see what actually went on. But obviously, me not watching the game will play a part into Game 2's mini recap. So with the first game, Corey Kluber regressed from his first start. Obviously, it's not something you really want to see if you're a Yankee fan or if you're somebody on the Yankees staff. As you see in the stat chart up to your right, 2 1/3 innings pitched, 5 hits, 3 earned runs, 5 runs in total. That's 2 walks and 3 strikeouts, 5.68 ERA. Just 62 pitches throughout, not even 3 innings pitched is not good. And then obviously after him, I'm going out of chronological order here with the recap thing to the left of the screen, but Nick Nelson could not carry the load either as he gave up 4 earned runs and he has an ERA of 9. Surprisingly, they did not send him down. They sent down Michael King a couple days before, and I put Nick Nelson and Michael King are opposites because when Domingo Germán did bad his first start, Michael King carried the load and he really tried his best in terms of, pitching out of the bullpen and really gave the Yankees a shot. The offense wasn't there, and Nick Nelson couldn't really do the same thing. I think the score after the 4th inning, I want to say, was because the Yankees had a lot of offense in the 3rd. It was the Aaron Hicks homer, a couple of RBIs by Stanton, I believe. And then after that, I think the score, if I'm going to take a look right now, because I have Game Day open, was 5-4. And then when Nelson came in the 4th inning, well, actually, no, he came in earlier, but in the 4th inning, 4 runs allowed, and that wasn't necessarily the greatest. So the score at the end of that was 9-4, and then innings later, Ludge gave up a run. Sessa pretty much finished the job, but unfortunately, after the 3rd inning, when the offense powered up, they couldn't do much else, and that's unfortunate. Another takeaway: Aaron Hicks hit his first home run of the season. I'm not an analytics bug. I'm not going to say, the game depends on the home run. I'm impressed, but still, he's hitting in the 130s just after all these games as well. I mean, yes, you could have an RBI ground out. I'll appreciate anything, but he really has not gotten off to the start that I imagined, at least, for 2021. So obviously that's Game 1. Now let's switch over to Game 2 real quickly. So Game 2, Yankees lost 4-0, as you could see. Game 2, some takeaways. Germán struggled mightily, and he was sent down after. I was kind of, I would say, curious to know as to why, and then I finally understood it as I got the recap from people in terms of the game. And Aaron Boone said that he would probably call him up if the Yankees needed a 5th starter again. It looks like they're rolling with 4: Montgomery, Tyen, Cole, and Kluber out of that order. I mean, it's not necessarily in order, but anyway. Germán, 4 innings, 8 hits, 4 earned runs, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts, and 2 homers. 9.00 ERA. Obviously not what we saw in the spring. And, Germán, yeah, he hasn't pitched in a year, but I think some work at the alternate site probably do him some good if he is allowed to pitch, because obviously, how many days after you can actually throw. That's what it comes to be, and that's what it is being a pitcher. You can't throw just automatically after, throwing how many pitches on a starting day, and then you go down and you can automatically throw. That's not how it works in the majors. That's not how it works in the minors. That's not how it works in college and high school. You have to rest. You have to rest that arm, so you can't, just go out there and say, hey, I'm going to throw a day after I started. No, you're going to tear something. You're going to pull a muscle, and that's not really what the Yankees want, whether he's up or down. Bullpen finished the job after his bad outing, I must have to say. Justin Wilson, who really did not do well in the spring training period of the 2021 season. He 2 strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 inning. Loaizaga, perfect job, I would say, at least for his bullpen outing, and then Sessa once again finishing off the job with an inning of his stuff. Yankees 0-4 with runners in scoring position, and obviously, you could say, oh, it's 0-4. It's not, they didn't have blown situations. Well, they couldn't really get anybody in scoring position. 2 errors, I couldn't really see them, but Giovanni Urshela in the field, and then Sanchez attempting to pick somebody off. I didn't see that, obviously, because I didn't watch the game. So the last bullet point I do want to get to, and this kind of has a relatance to my Giants fans out there. So, Brett Gardner was re-signed in the offseason by the Yankees, and I was hearing it from a couple of people yesterday that, they didn't really like this signing for the reason that he would constantly be behind Frazier's back, and that after a couple of games if Frazier struggled, people would start coming out and saying, Gardner should be the left fielder and whatnot, and they should just let Gardner go. In my opinion, this kind of relates to the Giants of this year, or coming into this year just without free agency and stuff, and I'll explain in a minute, and going back to the Giants in 2019. Giants brought back Eli Manning in 2019. First 2 games he started, then they put in the rookie Daniel Jones. And with Daniel Jones, they only put Eli back in because of injury. Daniel Jones was there to start. He was there to stay. Now, going back to, this free agent period, going back to the 2021 offseason free agent period, whatever you want to call it, people were saying, you need to get Tyrod or Jacoby Brissett as a backup quarterback. And someone brought up a good point. I don't remember who. And that person's like, well, you really shouldn't have one of those backup QBs no matter how good they are, because this is Jones' prove-it year, and he really shouldn't be having somebody just constantly hovering over them, waiting for him to make a mistake, and then he goes out and, goes out of the game, and then they replace him with the backup quarterback, and he's benched. So I kind of, made the connection between those two situations, and I definitely agree. Gardner, yes, he's gotten off to a better start than Frazier, but everybody has their struggles. Aaron Hicks is going through one of them right now. A couple other players are. So it's not uncommon, but I definitely think that they should just let Frazier play out his struggles instead of benching him. I mean, they didn't bench him, but they're giving him 2 straight days off, including today. So honestly, that's something that Yankee fans really don't like. I don't like it either, but unless, Frazier was a month in and he was struggling, then I would have said, okay, pull the plug right now, start Gardner for a little bit. But it's been like, 2 weeks-ish? So, again, not necessarily a fan, but, I'll take Gardner's production, whatever it may be. So let's go to Game 3, which is the final game of the set and the game the Yankees actually won. So for Game 3, Yankees won this game 8-4, as you see in your left-hand corner. Some takeaways: shaky outing from Montgomery. It was not really compared to his first start against the Baltimore Orioles, but I'm impressed actually that he made it that far. 5 innings, 5 hits, 4 earned runs, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts, and 2 homers. Going back to the first hit by pitch, I really don't think it was intentional. That's just my opinion. If it was more intentional than the second hit by pitch. The second hit by pitch, it tailed. I don't understand really why they're warning benches. I think it was in the first inning. That's just my opinion. I know there's history. I'm not blind to the subject, but warning benches after the first inning. I mean, yes, Meadows has teed off against the Yankees in the past as a member of the Tampa Bay Rays. I just don't understand it. So, impressive outing for the bullpen. Otherwise, with Montgomery, start Chad Green, Darren O'Day, Aroldis Chapman, and Albert Abreu. I'm really impressed with Albert Abreu, as of right now. Just, I know it's one appearance, but I'm impressed that he was able to handle the pressure in that situation, though the Yankees did have a 4-run lead. Chapman obviously doing his thing. Darren O'Day finishing out, I believe, was the 8th inning. And then Chad Green, the 2 1/3 innings before. So, excellent job by the bullpen. Chad Green, being Chad Green, he's really good. Gio Urshela showed out. He hit a homer. Could have been a cycle with the hit in the top of the 10th inning. Unfortunately, they did call that an error on Manuel Margot, who is the right fielder. Could have been a cycle, but unfortunately it wasn't. But Gio Urshela anyway showed out, 4 for 5. 1 and 2 in extra innings, which is something to keep tabs on with this new stupid rule. But I guess it works in the away team's favor. I mean, I have to go back and watch all the games that have been taking place in extra innings this season, including the Red Sox-Rays game, which actually the Red Sox won. But I got to see who it favors, because I know, just the new rule is really stupid. But the Yankees have to play with it, and they won their first game. Rougned Odor with the go-ahead RBI single. Obviously, he was 0 for how many at-bats before the 10th inning. Got the go-ahead RBI signal, basically started a rally. Sack bunts, small ball, stealing bases work, putting Mike Talkman in. I wasn't a fan of Gardner and Judge, I think it was. Those two runners getting thrown out of home. I just really don't think that those base running decisions were really ideal. Especially with the fact that there was a lack of offense in a way, you really had to get as many runners home as possible. I just really don't think that was ideal base running by Judge and Gardner. At least I think it was Gardner, if I'm not mistaken, but if I am mistaken, please correct me. Sack bunt, small ball. I think we had our second sack bunt, which was Mike Talkman. He bunted, moved the runners over, and we have 2 sack bunts on the season, which was more than last season. Obviously, I guess Aaron Boone is feeling less comfortable with analytics. Shouldn't really say that, but I guess he's feeling more comfortable with small ball and not really listening to the analytics in that part because all the analytics bugs out there, they want to say, oh, bunting doesn't work, small ball doesn't work. It's better if you go for the homer. The Yankees' offense is still clipped on hitting the homer. That probably won't change for a while, but at least, we get the small ball aspect of that. And, we get the small ball aspect and we just go out there and move the runners over, and we have ideal base running and ideal hitting in situations. So that's what the Yankees need. 4 for 15 with runners in scoring position. There was a stat out there. I think through the first 8 or 9 innings, the Yankees were, I believe, 1 for 10, and then they were 3 for 4, 3 for 5 within the last couple of innings. I don't remember if it was, through the 7th inning the first time, which was 1 through 10, or 1 for 10 and with runners in scoring position. But just the latter half of the game, it was 3 for 5. Just remember it as that. But overall impressive game by the Yankees. I really wish that they would do this more often. Small ball, impressive outings by the bullpen, good offense. Other than the shaky start from Montgomery, the Yankees did well. And even when Montgomery didn't give up the homers and the RBIs, he did well. So anyway, that's pretty much it for this recap of the Yankees series. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you guys for coming out and again supporting the channel. Giants fans, Yankee fans, whoever you are, content creators as well. Boys in the Big Apple podcast, obviously, every Monday at 8:10 p.m. That's going to be tomorrow. Probably going to be watching the Lakers-Knicks game as well as the Yankees-Blue Jay game where Garrett Cole gets a start against Hinge and Root as of right now. They haven't really showed anything with Ty, and I don't think they're going to put him back in. But who knows at this point in the game with the fifth reliever being sent down. Also, just as a reminder, obviously I'll be putting videos out throughout the week, recaps, whatever, Giants-related content. But on Saturday, I haven't decided when I'm going live, but on Saturday I will be commemorating the anniversary of me being on YouTube. I'll be going live for a podcast episode. You guys get to ask me questions and stuff like that, but I'll be just going through my journey here on YouTube and, what stages it took and how I felt. And it's going to be a lot, but it's going to be fun at the same time, so you guys get to know a little more about me in that aspect. Anyway, thank you guys for supporting. Peace out. See you tomorrow, 8:10 p.m., Boys in the Big Apple podcast.